Well, let's turn now to local high school football action. It was quite the matchup on Friday night as the undefeated Manhattanite Indians took on the 7-1 defending state champs, the Junction City Blue Jays. An advance to the playoffs was on the line. Let's head on out to Bishop Stadium. It was a full house on Halloween Eve when the Indians took on their rivals, the JC Blue Jays. The game kicked off at 7 p.m. and had a slow start. It was quite obvious that both teams' defense showed up to this matchup. After a scoreless first quarter, the Tribe finally got on the board with a field goal by senior Jared Rogers right before halftime. The third quarter was a running game and many threes and outs. With a couple minutes left in the third, the Blue Jays took advantage of MHS quarterback Ryan Wilkinson's interception and they drove the ball down the field to put 7 on the scoreboard. Then it was this 2-yard run by Justin Bromos that gave JC the lead. The rest of the game seemed to be a struggle for both offenses with neither team having luck moving the ball down the field. With 26 seconds left in the game, JC still led 7-3. However, after a 3rd and out, they were forced to punt the ball away. After quick 3 passes from Wilkinson, the Indians were left around the 20-yard line. With 2.2 seconds left remaining, Wilkinson hurled the pass into the end zone right into the arms of a Blue Jays defender. But the ball was popped loose by Manhattan senior Derek Campbell and then caught by senior Tribe wide receiver Cale Miller to give the Indians a touchdown and a 9-7 victory. The win gave the Indians a silver trophy and an undefeated district championship. The Tribe now moves forward to take on Mays on Friday at home to start playoff action. The game will kick off at 7 p.m.
You know, I bet that win was all over the blogs and all over Facebook, too.
I bet so. Social networking has become a way for all kinds of sport fans to connect. Talk about the game, maybe do a little Monday morning quarterbacking.
Yeah, I know a couple of people that do that. And sites like Facebook and Twitter have become so common among young people, it's no surprise that there are athletes out there that are beginning to use them, too. Reporter Anthony Testa gives us a look inside social media and how it affects student athletes.
A click of the mouse, a few taps on the keyboard. Information is published for the world to see. For sports fans, social networking sites like Facebook and Twitter offer a new level of interaction with players. For sports administration, social networking sites can cause nightmares. In stories all over the country, players' Twitter posts and Facebook status updates have become sources for sports writers. In late September this year, the KU men's basketball and football teams were involved in 3 brawls on campus. Tyshawn Taylor, one of the players injured in the altercation, made a Facebook status update about his injury. Shortly after the fight between the two teams, Taylor also posted other updates, including some with racial slurs, both which appeared in this article on ESPN.com. Just this past week, Chiefs running back Larry Johnson was suspended for comments he put up on his Twitter account. According to this Yahoo Sports story, Johnson posted a comment criticizing Chiefs head coach Todd Haley. After receiving criticism from fans on Twitter for the comment, Johnson responded, some of which contained homophobic slurs. Johnson's Twitter incident made national news, all because of a simple post or two on a social networking site. But social networking sites aren't all bad for sports teams. Our very own athletics director, John Curry, has his own Twitter account where he keeps his followers up to date on what he's been up to throughout the week. His latest tweets talking about his excitement for men's and women's basketball, both starting this week. K-State Athletics even has its own Facebook page where fans can find useful links to upcoming events and photos of past events. Even Willie the Wildcat has a Facebook page, so Wildcat fans can finally tag their photos with the mascot and share them with even more fans. Social networking sites can certainly have their downsides. It's never a growing trend for better or for worse, but the added interaction might just make it all worthwhile. Anthony Testa, Purple Power Play.
And thanks for that story, Anthony. He gave some great examples of why athletes have got to be careful with some of the stuff they post.
That's right, Ryan. Definitely with social media outlets like those, it's easy for anyone to see everything you post.
I tell you what, hopefully another topic posted all over the blogs and Facebook will be a potential Wildcat win this Saturday as the K-State football team takes on rival KU in the Sunflower Showdown. Reporter Brett Regan takes us to the streets to get a first-hand look at what Wildcat fans are looking forward to this weekend on the gridiron.
My favorite part about the Sunflower Showdown has to be the intensity between the two teams. I always go on, regardless, have a good match.
It's just the traditional rivalry. I mean, everyone comes into town, no one wants to lose that game. It's real intense. It's a great competitive atmosphere.
My favorite part would probably be the fact that everybody riles together because everybody has a common hatred of KU, and the fact that that's pretty much what we all have in common, and so it kind of brings our town together a little bit.
The excitement of the game. The tailgating, everyone's just jacked up and ready to go, and it's just a lot of fun. We
we have to put up with KU?
All the KU fans coming to town. I feel like it's just going to be a little bit more hectic, but I think it'll still be fun anyway.
My least favorite part would probably just be that we have to deal with a few people from Lawrence running around Aggieville and their bad attitudes because we're going to beat them, so they're not going to have a great day or night.
Not that it's going to happen, because it won't, but if we should happen to lose in our town, I don't like seeing all those Jayhawks on the cars, not like hearing them celebrate afterwards, so that's probably the least.
Our very own Jeff Burkhart is here today. He'll be calling the game on 91.9 this weekend, and he's just here to share some thoughts with us. Welcome, Jeff.
Thanks for having me on, guys.
All right, Jeff, I guess I'll go ahead and get things started. You know, the one question that I definitely want to ask you is, this is a senior-laden offensive team for KU. How do the Wildcats stop their spread attack?
Well, I think it all starts up front for Kansas State. Todd Reesing's already been sacked 21 times this season for the Jayhawks. I think Kansas State front four is really going to need to get after and pressure him into throwing some ill-advised passes early on in the game. The Cats have forced 21 turnovers. They're fourth in the nation at doing that. K-State's really going to have to force some turnovers and get good field position this Saturday.
You talk about turnovers. Emmanuel Lemur, Tyson Hartman have gotten some interceptions, and of course we know what Brandon Banks can do on special teams. Who needs to be the X factor for the Wildcats on Saturday?
I think the X factor for K-State is going to be the offensive line, to be honest with you. K-State's really going to have to keep KU's offense off the field because, as we know, this is a very potent Jayhawk attack that can score at any time from anywhere on the field. If K-State can have the great kind of ball control they've had, possessing the ball for over 35 minutes a game this season, I think the Cats will roll Saturday.
And what do you predict the score to be this weekend?
Well, I'd like to think that K-State can do just what I said, run the ball effectively, kill the clock, keep Todd Reesing and company off the field, and I think the Cats will handle business this Saturday by a count of 34-17 in favor of Kansas State, of course.
We sure hope so. Well, thank you so much for being here, Jeff.
Thanks for having me, guys.
We all know the Big 12 North is on the line as the Cats prepare for the Sunflower Showdown. It's the 107th meeting between KU and K-State. KU is 5-3 with a 1-3 record. K-State sits atop the North with a 5-4 record, 3-2 in the Big 12. Kickoff is at 11:30 a.m. Bill Snyder's Family Stadium this Saturday.
And fans everywhere look forward to every season, but I think they really get excited for these matchups between rival schools.
It's definitely going to be an exciting weekend. Well, that's all we have time for today, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in, and don't forget to tune in next week for another exciting edition of Purple Power Play. I'm Whitney Francis.
And I'm Ryan Wallace. Until next time, go Cats.